Everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and this is the really terrible locomotive and coal car that I made yesterday. And it looks a little cartoony, and I probably could have bought something online for it relatively cheap or printed something, but I made this out of some shit I had laying around, and that makes me happier. So let's get started painting this up. I'm going to use a red color, I think. Looking for a red. This is called Cardinal Red. This might be the one. Alright, so I need a kind of a decent sized brush that I can get some coverage with. That's kind of soft. I'm going to use this. For those of you that have kids that watch Thomas the Tank Engine, I guess we're making James. That's his name. I can't even remember anymore. James was the little red engine. Hopefully, Mrs. Doom's all better today so we can go see my brand new niece. We haven't seen her yet. I don't want my first meeting with my niece to be one where she gets sick because we came. So I'm trying to give it a couple of days to make sure everybody's healthy and stuff before we go. Alright, so we ended up playing the new TCD, the Tomorrow Comes Doom Cowboy system, the Wild West system. We ended up playing it again last night. We played an extra night, and it was amazing. And we played late, and we had a really fun time. I am tuckered out. But they got into some shenanigans. And I'll tell you what I did, since I don't have a lot of enemies and stuff prepared, I had a buffalo miniature painted up. And I ran the buffalo kind of like a super bullet, like a boulet, where it could like go into the plains and swim around and come out. And man, they didn't like that. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. They next week they're gonna go hunt down a Wendigo, which I do have a miniature for. But they're gonna go hunt down a Wendigo next week. Apparently there's a movie I gotta watch called, or maybe it's a show, I'm not sure which, called Purgatory or something. It's a Wild West show, and I guess some of the ideas I had in my campaign that they've encountered remind them of this show, so I gotta go check it out. Sounds good. If it's anything like the story I've been kind of helping them build, I think I like it. The reason I say story I've been helping them build is because when you're GMing or DMing a game, it is not about you telling the best story and then them sitting there and having to experience it. It's about you creating a foundation and borders of which they can make the choices and tell a story in. That doesn't mean you can't do things like, what do they call that? I can't think what it's called, something ogre, but you give them agency, and they'll do amazing things with that. I don't know why I'm painting this top red. I don't think I want it to be red. I think I want this top to be something else. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. I'm going to go pop that in front of the fan. Let's get started on this coal car. One of the problems with the coal cars, I didn't put anything cardboardy down here, so it has some play because that stuff's just right on what you call it, right on the foam. That was a mistake. If I could go back in time, I would fix that. Just had a piece of, oh my gosh, look at that, spider webs all over there. I'm gonna hate that. Maybe we can ignore that. This is gonna need 2 coats. Probably. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to need another coat. All right. So I didn't get paint down in all these cracks, and you can see some of that yellow, and we don't want that yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some black here. I'm going to water it down. And I'm going to try to get it down in there. And then just make sure you pop any surface tension bubbles, because you'll be able to see if you got it in there or not, like that. Like, see this bubble here is kind of like stopping it from getting down in there. There we go. We'll pop it and get it going in the hole. Yes, Sweeney, I know. I know what you're thinking, buddy. Okay. I think that'll have to be good enough. Or we're going to be here all day messing with this. Let's get the +2 hotter gunner burning. Let's come back with that red again. This is a washcloth that was from an expanding washcloth thing that my little boys had. They didn't want this. It's starting to fray. So what I did was I stole it. Can't really donate washcloths with ripped up parts in them, can you? Nobody's going to go down to Goodwill or the Salvation Army or anywhere like that and go, hey, you got any ripped up washcloths that I could buy brand new for $1? I don't think that's the thing. So, can't donate it. That's one thing, donating clothes and stuff is good. But guys, if you're going to donate clothes, do me a favor. Help these people out. Wash them, especially if you have pets. Even if they've been sitting and they were washed when they were put away. Wash them fresh. Use fabric softener or something to make them, smell clean. Put them in plastic bags and make sure that they're not all tore up. Because these people, they put this stuff on the shelves, and the expense of operating a business like that, even though they don't make an enormous amount of profit in any way, because a lot of those places are kind of non-profit and stuff, but the expense of having to sort through and deal with waste removal and time to get rid of bad stuff, that makes it harder for them to keep the prices down. So if you're going to donate clothes and stuff, I know an individual that works at a Goodwill, and they really don't make money, believe it or not, and the employees hourly don't really make shit either. But they do hire a lot of people that are mentally handicapped and stuff and give them opportunities. So, I mean, it kind of helps in that way, but so they can, they're not paying living wages for people. They have a lot of retired people and stuff like that. They have volunteers. But yeah, I don't know if they have volunteers, but I know at the thrift store for Salvation Army they do. But anyways, I'm going to sit that in front of the fan and let's grab that engine. All right, we got the engine. Let's hit it with the +5 hot air gun burning. You're probably thinking, Doom, that could use another coat of paint too. Yeah, it could, but I just don't think I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my black paint. And I'm going to come on this bad boy. And I'm going to touch up some of these areas down here where I got it on the platform. And I'm just going to clean up some of that red that shouldn't be where it is. That's all I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Let's come around on the front here and clean this up. Oh, hell, I got it right on that rim. All right. Let's air gun this bad boy. Hit that black again real quick, carefully and quickly. It's a good thing my glue gun's heated up. This popped right off here. I should have reinforced this stuff with a little bit of super glue, and I did not. But I did knock this over, and that's probably how that came loose. If I had been more careful with it, wouldn't have been an issue, I'm guessing. Stupid ass spider webs everywhere. All right, so now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to clean the can. I'm just going to be real careful because I don't want to have to redo now. I got a little bit right there. It's going to be all right. We're going to leave it. Probably would have been smarter to get a smaller brush to come in and try to do that. Let's see if we can't make a better choice here. Get around there a little better. I have decided that I don't want that to be, this to be red too. Yeah, that was much easier to control. And then I'm just going to make a generic circle here. Okay, that's going to have to do. That's not perfect, but it'll do what I need it to. All right. So, other colors I'd like to use on here. I have a bluish gray color somewhere I'm looking for. It's called like dark blue gray or dark gray blue, dark blue gray. I want to do that in the dark blue gray and maybe some other stuff too. That red's sticking through there pretty good, so I'm going to have to dry it and hit it again. You could use masking tape and mask off areas if you're worried about perfection. Or you could get a piece of sharp cardstock with a flat end, with a flat edge, and use it to kind of do that. But, man, I just don't care. All right. Now, for all that stuff, there's probably a way you should handle it. But I have an idea. I have a thought. To save time and to make this project a little more streamlined and easy, we're going to hot air gun this. Dry it off. Now we're going to get a dark metallic. That fresh dark gray will work good. I need a little bit more probably. Hold on. There we go. Not much more, but a little bit more. And we need kind of a decent brush that we can get some, we have some control with, but it's a little bigger. Something like that. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make sure I get my wheels with this all the way. Okay. And we don't want to get it everywhere, but we want to get it on there. If you go a little bit over, I think it'll be all right. Now, I will say something. Oh, Shizen, drop that mother liquor. I will say something. If you, the smaller your table is, the more people notice how bad your shit is. I have an enormous table, and nobody except for my oldest son sits right where the combat is usually. And even he's off to the side of it a little bit. But if you have a very small table, the crappier of a job you do, the more likely it is someone will notice it. So I'll say you should develop a a quality of which your table, yeah, I know you can see the coins. I just don't care. I was thinking about that when this was drying. And when I came down here and looked at it this morning, like, yeah, those coins are visible. I just don't care. If you use little wooden slips or whatever, maybe your coins aren't visible. Mine are. And I don't care. All right. So, oh shit, Chris. I'm going to hit a couple little other spots with this. I'm going to hit the tops of these buttons. I'm going to hit this button on the front. Okay. And then I'm going to drag it along these and get them pretty covered, but not perfectly. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of drag it along this kind of good, but not perfectly. Okay, now, we're not done with this metallic. Let's get a little bit on there. And let's get a big dry brush. Okay. Let's catch lightly around on here, hitting edges and corners, kind of beating things up, adding something to look at. Let's get inside here a little bit. Should have painted the back of this red, didn't do it. It'd be all right. Yeah, probably still could, but not too worried about it. Then we're going to get another color. We're going to get that brown metallic that I love and that other people love. So loving color of love. Dang it, hit the camera. What you didn't use way too much brown. Metallic. Okay. We're going to come back in here. We're going to hit some of this with that too and kind of change things up a little bit. Okay, and that should be enough. Gritty enough and dirty. Oh, I put that in the damn water. I'm going to take this and throw it in front of the fan. We'll look at it when we're done with everything. All right, so for the coal, we're going to get my favorite color in the whole world, pavement. And a dry brush. And we're just going to use a Dollar Tree soft makeup brush for our dry brush. We're going to hit that coal pretty good with that. And that's going to give it kind of a little more of something or something else. Who knows what. And then we're going to come and we're going to do our silver, same as we did before. I'm going to use that same brush even. Nope, that's not the one. Okay. Then we're going to come back and clean up some of that black area. Oh, gosh. Down along the bottom. And I don't care how perfect that is. Okay. That'll be good enough for what we're doing here. All right. Silver. And we need that big dry brush, which I threw in the water like a dumbass. Let's hit this with an air gun first, though. All right. The chalk or pigment powder or something, if you had it, you could go around here and make this look scuzzy. Since I don't have one, well, that's not actually true, but since I don't have any handy, what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean out that brush I used for silver. I'm going to get some water and some black paint real quick. Something like that. I'm just going to come down around here. Probably should have done this after I dry brushed it with silver, if we're going to be honest. Yeah, definitely should have done that after the fact. No worries. It's over with now. I'm going to get a little bit of that silver. There's some right there I can probably steal. I'm going to get a big old dry brush. Try to get, no, that's not enough. That is. Try not to hit that black. Let me get some of that brown. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other one. All right. I'm going to get a brush that I can control. And I'm going to get a metallic that I know is going to coat well. This is called a Greedy Gold. And this is a miniature paint. And I don't usually use miniature paints on terrain, but let's try this. Let's see what I can do here. So Baltimore, Ohio, Reading, and several other railroads were very famous. So we're going to make a fictitious one. kind of to the theme of my campaign. We'll make this would have been better with a paint marker, but I don't have one down here. I was using them upstairs for something else. That is really sloppy, but it captures what I was trying to capture. Okay. And when you see the final photos from a few feet away, this will look more acceptable. Nope, let me turn this way. So basically, this will work for your locomotive, I'm thinking. You can put your little dude there, driving your train, high on hugs and kisses. Better watch your speed. And this is what we came up with. And these aren't going to be attached to each other. It's going to be freestanding so that if you needed to in a combat situation, you could put your homeboy on there like, hey, you know, I wouldn't think that's what we're going to do, but I'd think people would jump from here or be shooting into here or something like that. So anyways, this is going to work. This is going to do what we need it to. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment, and all the stuff that makes the great wilderness spirits of the algorithm grow our channel. And come to the website and buy some miniatures, and come to the Discord and hang out. Otherwise, hey, thanks for watching.